Yes, yes, please. If possible.
There?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks everyone for showing up. I know it was a very bit of a conflict with the meeting date and everything, but I'm glad you guys make it, whoever could. And next time, I'm sure we're gonna have more people coming in, right? My name is Brenda. I'm from Diamond Residential, and I'm here with my team, Redlam and Petra. We're here to give you guys a presentation of what our programs are. We've been in an in-house lender practically about a little bit over a month. This is our first presentation, and we want to know, we want to show you what we have and give you guys information about our products, which are probably, you might not think are not different than everybody else, but we have pretty much well communications with the customers and things like that, that we can help you structure a file. We don't say no the first time, we say yes all the time, and we'll try to restructure the file and see what's the best for your customer and our clients, okay? Of all the programs that we have, of course, we have down payment assistance. I'm sure who of you have been working with down payment assistance? Have you?
Okay. It's not a very popular program sometimes because people try to shy away because of the requirements and perhaps they think, you know, it's a bumpy road. But it really isn't, because the requirements are clear cut, and once you have interviewed with the customer, the borrower, and all your ducks are in a row, it could be a smooth process.
What's the concept?
Are you speaking about the 10% where they help you and it's?
We will touch on that. So that's part of the presentation. Yes. We'll.
So under the umbrella of down payment assistance, there's several different products.
For instance, excuse me, here in Alhambra, I don't know if you still have the program. A couple years ago, I went over there with my client, and then they were saying the limits, FHA, and the highest that they can go was 400. Where you gonna find something for 400 in Alhambra?
But LA is different.
Ah, yeah, okay, LA, yeah, but I'm talking about here in Alhambra, that I went and Gabriel, they offer a system, but it's ridiculous.
Yes.
FHA limits is the maximum that they allow. It's not FHA limits, prices around here.
What do you mean? The FHA limits for loan limits?
No, for the house, the value of the house.
On that
No,
program.
on
On
that
that program.
program? It depends what kind of program, which, I mean, if it's a city program, the city of La Alhambra, and every single city, sometimes they have their own funds to, as a down payment assistance, and they're the ones who give you the limits. Not FHA, not CalHFA, not our other type of programs that we have directly with our lenders. So that's why when you have a client like that, don't try to tell them, oh, sorry, you don't qualify. Have them talk to an experienced people, let them know that they might have that, but they have other options. So we can also use these programs and combine with the other programs that they have in Alhambra, you know? Alhambra is a really, really hot market and a really pricey market too.
Right.
So it could be.
And so let us kind of go over the information regarding the program first, and then we could, you know, maybe fill in the details and, you know, and then maybe take some questions. So
Give them more options and things like that too, you know? Our CalHFA program is a very popular program that has been here. It's been in for years. So you want to talk about it a little bit, Ms. Petra?
So the CalHFA program, it has been around for almost 50 years. And under this program, borrowers can get down payment assistance plus closing cost assistance. So in essence, they could walk into a home with having paid nothing out of pocket. They can be combined with other programs. There are requirements such as
yeah, there you go.
these are the programs that they can be combined with.
Right.
I don't know if Ms. Radwan, you want to.
Then I'll just maybe go back
Yeah,
to the part.
So we do have FICO scores requirements, 640 for government loans, 680 for conventional loans. The DTI, debt to income ratio, to be 45%.
If it's below like 700, so actually if it's 700 or above, you could actually go up to 52.
Right.
So
A recent increase. in
right,
that
exactly.
50%. debt income ratio. There's a home buyer education program. It's an online, maybe a 90-minute presentation
Mhm.
on just explaining to the borrower what it is that they're getting into and explaining to them the whole process of becoming a homeowner and understanding the ins and outs of the down payment assistance program and their commitment to that. So I think it's like a $100 fee, I
Yeah,
believe.
around there. Uh-huh.
Around $100 fee for the borrower, and they do it online, and that is one of the requirements they must comply with. Income limits, we at the bottom, you can see,
Right.
depending on the area, for LA County, I believe it's $180,000.
Right here, yeah, I have the income. See,
there
so it's
you go.
pretty high, actually. Income limits for these programs are pretty high.
So a
Yeah.
lot of people might think, well, no, I just make too much money, I wouldn't qualify, because the minute they see down payment assistance programs, they might think, well, that's a government program, I won't qualify, I make too much money. $180,000 for LA
That's
County.
total household, right?
Yes, household, yes.
Right.
So definitely.
Now, this is for the other CalHFA programs. Okay, it's not for the 10% like down payment, because the down payment actually, the 10% down payment assistance program actually comes with a lot less. So we'll show you the information soon. But anyways, maybe we could maybe pick up on a couple, like, property requirements, stuff like that too.
So owner occupied, right?
Mhm.
Manufactured homes are okay, provided that they are on their own land and in their own permanent foundation. So even manufactured homes will be qualifying of this program.
Not mobile homes.
Not mobile homes, yeah.
Mobile homes, you can pick it up and move it to another place.
Right, exactly.
And we cannot find you to get to pay, make the mortgage payment.
It needs to have its own permanent foundation.
Mhm.
Correct.
Right. And they do require like a 1-year home warranty when you buy the property, so which is standard.
He's not defining.
Uh-huh.
All right, next.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yes.
So how fast, similar to what like the VA program, like we can go, zero down payment, 0%, something similar to the VA?
Well, VA is it's a veteran program. Okay, so it's a veteran program, so that's a whole different program for that veteran person. It's not similar because the veteran has a little bit of more benefits. So for example, on a CalHFA loan in this down payment assistance follow FHA guidelines. VA, it's only strict for veterans, and it's the benefit for them is that they only have an upfront MIP, but they don't have a monthly MIP. In this type of programs, they do have a monthly MIP. Similar, if you want to call it that way, if you want to put that in your mind, but it's a little bit more benefit to the veterans on a VA program.
Right, so these program, CalHFA programs, so your like 2 to 3% for closing costs, 3 to 3.5% for down payment. These can combine with your conventional loan, your VA loan, your FHA loan, USDA loan. So the first lien, the main loan itself could be any of those, like conventional, FHA, VA, or USDA. Depends on the borrower's qualification. But then on top of those first lien, those first liens, they could get additional down payment assistance to help for the down payment and closing costs.
Mhm.
So these are the down payment assistance programs to fill in the gaps for them, to pay for the down payment and closing costs for under those programs.
Can these loans be combined with grants? Sometimes have grants for 100,000.
Yes.
They can be combined
Mhm.
with this.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And we would probably just need to look at those programs restrictions, right? They might have restrictions, then they might, restrict the borrower to use only those programs, maybe, depends on, again, each city. So we have to look at each city's requirements before we could, tell you whether you could combine them or not. So it really depends. And this is just like a little quick scenario. Yeah, would anybody want to go over this or?
Well, it's pretty much self-explanatory.
Right.
Your loan amount is 482,000. With my home, the 3.5% down payment assistance, 17.5, and then closing cost assistance.
Right, well, the just an estimate closing cost is around 15,000. The reason why it seems a little high because your average closing cost for a purchase home maybe around 7,000-8,000, right? But then on top of that, under these programs, most lenders would have to charge 1 point to 2 points maybe, because that's the only way lenders make money. They have to sell the loans back to CalHFA, basically, right? So CalHFA actually allows lenders to charge the borrower up to 3 points. So up to 3 points. So, but on average, I think most lenders would charge maybe 1 to 2 points, depends on their how likely would they I should say how much they want to do the loan, I guess, whether they can make some money or not. So it really depends on the lender. But on average, they would charge probably 1 to 2 points. So that's why when you add up your average closing cost, standard closing cost with the 1 or 2 points, that's why you get about 15,000.
One thing to remember about down payment assistance, the CalHFA program, is that interest rate is not set by the lender, it's set by the program itself. So that's something to keep in mind, and sometimes it could be a little higher than what a particular lender might give. But one thing to let borrowers know, home buyers know, is that has nothing to do with the lender. The government sets those rates, and we have to abide by those.
Right. And on average, they're not too far away from the
Right.
regular, FHA. Anybody offers by any lender. It's very,
Right.
very close to those rates.
So if I'm a client that qualifies for this loan, how do you open escrow? Because you have to take a down payment to the escrow.
We take care of the down payment part, all the, we help the borrower with the whole process. So you just use a regular escrow, just like a normal transaction, nothing different.
Just bring in the paperwork to the escrow company, and
Uh-huh.
the client doesn't have to take any money.
Well,
Like the earnest
Yeah, the rest-
deposit.
yeah, it depends. Again, when you basically make an offer, you need to kind of, talk to us regarding how to present the offer to the seller. So it depends. I mean, yes, obviously, if the seller, right, let's say if the seller requires them to put down a certain amount of deposit and they don't have the deposit, then you might have to make an offer or make an arrangement with the seller and let them know that the loan will cover, let's say, the entire closing costs and everything, and the loan itself. So again, talk to us first before you set up the terms of the offer.
Are there any fees for the seller that a seller might refuse to go with somebody with this kind of loan?
Could be, depends on the seller,
Any
obviously.
fees for the
Yeah.
seller? No, the sellers don't necessarily incur any fees.
Oh, no, yeah, the seller doesn't. I'm so sorry. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
keep in mind that the property must qualify for FHA guidelines, okay? So they have to have, you gotta make sure that when you write up your offer, you tell them that, the down, because when you write up, you guys write up an offer and everything, you would disclose there what kind of loans are they doing. If it's a
Mhm.
conventional, an FHA or any kind of loan, you disclose it there, and the property must meet guidelines. And I think it states right there on the contract that the property must meet the guidelines for FHA or any down payment assistance.
I just want to add, this is not the most attractive offer you're going to send to a seller. If
Right.
I was a
Yes.
seller and I had that residential, I go with
Yes.
conventional. However, the reason why I wanted them to present this is because the market's changing now. I'm already seeing offers with credit back to the buyer for closing costs. So as the market changes, don't discount those buyers that can qualify, they just don't have the money.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Because if a seller has been sitting on the market for 60 days and is really motivated to sell, why not give it a shot? You know, it's not costing the seller any more money. It's just that this is a program that they qualify because of their situation. So the purpose of this is just to have that tool in your pocket should you come across a borrower that can qualify, just doesn't have the money, you know, so.
Good
Yeah,
point,
that
Ruben.
It's
Yeah,
not the most
definitely.
attractive, you know.
Not right now, not in
Yeah,
this market.
right.
Yeah, not in this market, but I mean,
We all have done, yeah, we all have
FHA
helped,
loans right now,
yeah,
you know.
and it helped customers with the program. So it's not impossible. We have done that.
Will you guys touch base on the forgiveness as well?
Yes, we'll get to that like shortly. Uh-huh.
If you want
Yeah,
to wanna speak
sure,
a
we
little
will.
bit more,
Just
that's
one
fine.
question
Yes,
on this kind
sure.
of loan, because I'm learning this completely, this industry. Do you have to stay in the home a certain amount of years?
You'll get
or-
to it.
Yes,
We'll get to
yes.
you. Right.
Let's let them go through.
Yeah,
it a little
mhm.
bit.
So, well, okay, we can answer your question right now for these program here, your My Home, which is give you like 3 to 3.5%, right, for down payment. That's only for down payment. So for on FHA, you could actually get up to 3.5, but on the other ones like conventional VA and USDA, I think you only limit to 3% for down payment. Yes. So that will go directly to your down payment, help with down payment. And this is a 1% simple interest for 30 years. So, and it's deferred. That means you don't need to make payment along with your monthly mortgage payment. So this is the interest, 1% interest will accrue, you know, in the background. And you only pay this back after 30 years or when you refinance the property, when you transfer the property to somebody else, or when you are in default of the loan. So again, so just to answer your question, so this is not, yeah, you don't need to, it's not a forgivable loan. So it's actually a second lien, but simple interest defer. So it's very, very affordable and, you know, simple interest, just 1% each year, added to your amount, your whole balance. I mean, the loan amount. Yep.
I'm a little confused about that part. So the
Yeah.
1% is on the half of the amount of the down payment in that person comes?
No,
1% is on the loan. second-
the interest, yeah, the interest on this My Home down payment amount. So basically,
3.5%.
yes. So just look at this this scenario here, right? You have a $500,000. I'm so sorry. There you go. You have a $500,000 like purchase price, correct? And they are getting an FHA loan. So FHA, you need 3.5% down, right? So the good thing is with they under the CalHFA program, they can apply for this My Home down payment assistance to get 3.5%. So that they practically don't have to pay come up with a 3.5% for down payment because this CalHFA amount will cover that. But I was saying that basically this is like a second lien on the property. So simple interest, second lien. They don't have to make payment along with their regular, you know, like on this one right here, right? They will make payment on this one every month, but this one is defer. It's just,
It's dormant. It just
yeah.
sits there.
That means you don't have to make payment on it until 30 years later.
But it accrues interest, right?
Yeah, 1%, simple
yeah.
interest, not compound interest, simple
But
interest.
again, remember, it's a tool to get them in the house.
Right, right. So it's probably a lot cheaper than, you know, get a hard money loan for this or even from your relatives, probably a lot cheaper. Yeah.
So it's very safe to say that somebody tells me, I want to buy a house, but I don't have any money.
Uh-huh.
It's very safe to tell me, what, I can put you in a house with no money.
If they qualify.
Yes, if they can qualify. So obviously they still need to qualify for this loan right here, right? The FHA
They have to
loan,
have the
right?
income.
Yeah, based on income
But it
credit,
has to-
stuff like that.
the city has to qualify too, right?
No, no.
If it depending on the guidelines of the city that you're
Right.
going with, but
Right.
not necessarily. Not necessarily. If you're using funds from the city, then yeah, we have to go by their guidelines, but no.
Right.
So it's safe to say that we don't have no negative amortization on that?
Oh, no.
No.
No, 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 no. So it's again simple interest. So on this amount, basically, it's just 1%. What, $175 every year? Wait, is that right? Yeah, $175 added to your amount every year.
Oh,
Every year, that's it.
Yeah.
Only $175,000 dollars. I'm sorry, added. So it's not much after 30 years, even if you keep the loan for 30 years.
So eventually, when someone decides to sell the house.
Yes.
Public assistance,
Then they,
it's gonna be the 17,000 something plus a.
yeah,
interest,
plus,
The
yeah,
little
30,
bit of
yeah,
interest that
exactly.
it accrues.
Exactly. Yeah, this is so, and then along with that, so for closing costs, okay, they could actually get up to 3% of this loan amount right here. 3% of this loan amount is, I believe, about 14,728. So this will help to cover this amount, the closing cost. So so the borrower could actually end up paying only, paying only $272 to close,
Walk into a new home.
to close.
Oh, they pay for the closing costs?
Right, because this amount, it's called ZIP, means zero interest payment. So this on top of my home, they could actually apply for another down payment. It's called ZIP.
So we don't have to sell it.
They
That can
could,
help you on
that
the
could help
offer
too.
too.
Yes, yes. Yes, so actually the seller could actually contribute to the closing costs as well.
Mhm.
If
If
that's
they
a,
want to.
right, they want to sell, if they want to maybe make the transaction work, for the borrower.
You already give us the closing cost then.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's.
So the closing cost could be 2 to 3%. So they don't have to get all three, yes. Or they could actually skip this one if the seller is willing to help them pay for the closing cost. Right,
Closing cost, you charge the interest too, right?
nope, zero interest
Zero interest.
for 30 years. So this amount is zero interest. So this is like a third lien on the property, but it's zero interest. Yeah,
How many years do we have that the client had to have a PMI on this particular loan?
for 30, yeah,
Forever?
it's,
Really?
yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
No, I didn't know about 100%.
For the FHA.
FHA always-
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
it's all-
Unless you refinance it, right?
Right,
No,
right.
that's what I'm talking about, because for instance, as an example, when I bought my house,
Uh-huh.
3 months after I fixed my house, I got rid of the PMI.
Mhm.
You refinance
With the
it, yeah.
FHA?
Because I refinanced,
Yeah, but.
The property
you
gain
refinance
equity?
out of FHA, right?
yes.
Yeah, if you keep the FHA, it's not gonna go away.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, right.
So you will have to take the step to refinance, once you get that 80% loan to value,
Yes.
and then you refinance.
That's what
Keeping in mind that the moment you decide to do that, then
Yeah,
that
okay.
impacts all these
yes,
down payment assistance.
that's it, right, right.
Yeah, they pay out.
So
Right.
after
Yeah.
30 years, $175 a year, it comes up to 5,250. At that point, I have to pay the 5,250, like a balloon payment? Or-
With along with that, you talk about the 17,500 right here?
Yes, yes.
Right, so you add that 5,000, whatever amount to 70, yeah, and that's the amount you pay
So
the
they
total.
wanna want it like in a balloon payment?
Yeah.
Well, after 30 years, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, that's
You
a,
still own the bank.
right, because that's when it's due, right, yeah, 30 years. I should say, I'm sorry, it's not just 30, it could be 15 years too. So if the term of of this loan right here is 15 years, if they can afford to make, qualify for 15 years, then it's 15 years, not 30
So
years.
whenever they finish paying them.
Yes, it depends on the term of this main loan right here.
I thought the first time buyer, they not prefer to give you 15 years, they always. go
It,
for
it depends. It depends. I mean, some maybe, right, because I mean, sometimes if your income is too high, I mean, sure, you can afford to make a 15-year payment, but you might not be able to qualify for, based on loan limit on this program, on these programs. So, but most people will go with 30 years. But, yeah.
It's the best.
Mhm.
way to go.
Sure. Oh,
Maybe I'm
yes.
jumping the gun, and I don't know how many other scenarios you have there, program, but I got people calling me and saying, there was on TV, they're saying that for the first time buyer, the program is, I don't want to say the seed, they're giving $35,000 for the down payment.
Mhm.
I think I asked you for that question before.
Mhm.
Does that exist or is just,
It depends on the city. I mean,
So
obviously,
you're talking
right.
about the- only the
So this is
county.
separate from the city.
Yeah.
This is state program,
No, I
California state program.
understand,
Yeah.
but the thing is, when the people call me, they don't wanna, they don't know, oh, this is this.
Then you
that.
call
They
us.
just-
That's what we do.
I did talk to you the other day, and you said you
But-
were an
Send them
expert,
our
Right.
way.
because you say, oh, I'll let you know, whenever.
All right.
I don't know if it's.
Which
if it's
city
actually-
is it?
It is available,
Right.
because when these people call me, then they say, oh, yeah, this guy knows about it, they go to you. But I don't wanna say yes if it doesn't exist, or if it only exists for some cities,
Exactly.
because they don't care, they hear there is
Yes.
this program,
Right.
it's
I
on
want
TV, and they don't say, oh, it's only in this zip code.
Can I interject? here?
Sure. Yes.
What you should do is tell them, I'm not entirely sure of that program or what funds are available, but if you choose, I can get you connected to our lender. And then if that one's not available, there's other options to get you into a home with zero down. Let them do all the qualifying. When they're ready to go, hey, Gus, go find them a house.
Exactly.
So that way you look professional and they can give you all the options available. Because, we're in the real estate side, they're on the lending side, so they're constantly getting updated on what
Right.
programs are available and
Right.
stuff. But this one's not gonna go away, for sure. So
Right,
if someone
right.
calls and say, hey,
Yeah.
I don't have money, but, I said, if you qualify, there's a program for you. So this program's embedded. If they qualify, you can get them in the home for zero down. It might not be the 35 grand, but what does it matter? If zero is zero, no matter what, whether they get it from the city or they get it through FHA or through these programs.
Right. And the other thing to add is the most city programs are very limited in funds. I mean, they have only, right?
Right.
So, but these, the CalHFA program and the GSFA program, which we'll talk about, later. They don't run a fund like Ruben, said. I mean, they are around for a while. So a lot of times, actually, we find these programs tend to be more easier to do, to help. Actually, a lot more borrowers could actually qualify for these programs as opposed to the just city program. So it really depends.
Because you're not in line.
Right,
and
right.
then Funds run out. and
Exactly.
then, You spin your wheels for nothing.
But they could always go try to check with the city first and then use this as the backup. Yeah. So. Mhm. All right, let's see. So again, we talked about loan limits earlier. And this is just a more like comprehensive, like I guess, yeah, of all the different counties.
Are those amounts is that limit, the income limit?
Yes, income, total household income limit.
282,000.
Yeah, okay. Again, this is not for your, this is not for your 10% forgivable one. These limits are for the regular CalHFA ones. So. And here's the forgivable equity builder. Right. Anybody want to pick up on this? Or?
Go for it.
Yeah, okay. So again, this is the newest CalHFA program, right?
It came out in April.
Yes. So basically, potentially a borrower could qualify for up to 10% of the loan amount. Well, let's say that the purchase price again is 500,000, and they go with an FHA loan. So FHA requires 3.5% down, right? So they could potentially apply for this loan amount right here, this down payment assistance amount to pay for the down payment and closing costs. So this one here, basically, that's the only thing you could apply for. You cannot go also apply for the My Home, which is another program by 3.5% and it's zero at the end of zip. So this is the entire amount that.
It's a standalone one. You
Right.
don't combine with any other.
Right,
closing
exactly.
assistance, None of that.
So.
No.
No, right, that's the maximum, right? So, but the problem we have been noticing is against the income limit requirements here, right? So they go with the so-called, your income could be only up to 80% of the AMI, which is a area median income. And Fannie Mae has a website, you know, where you could actually click and let me try. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't work. Okay. But anyways, so you go get to the website, you put in an address, and they will tell you what is that area medium income is. And unfortunately, you cannot exceed that income in order to qualify for this 10%. And let me, this is forgiven after 5 years if you're lucky enough to use this program and get the home. And as long as you stay in the property for 5 years as a primary home, then it will be forgiven. You don't have to pay back this amount. But again, this is just a, you know, we kind of got, so in Los Angeles County, this is your 80% AMI amount. That means your income cannot be above this. San Bernardino, you know, very close, but and San Diego is the highest. But the good news
That's a
is,
little bit of.
yeah, the good news is based on this income, you could probably get a home in the 500 range, low 500 range. As long as the borrower doesn't have any other debts, right? Because if it's just, if they don't have a lot of debts and they make probably around, maybe I'll say $5,500, $6,000, which is around, you know, these limits right here, they could get a property in the 500 range, near low 500 range. Yesterday, I have a customer who got accepted on an offer in Indio, 485,000, property built in 2006, you know, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, you know, pretty new property. Yeah, 485,000. So it depends on your borrower and also where they're willing to live in, you know.
Now, if the property that the person find with this program in need of some repairs, there will be any issue?
Repair. Well,
Let's say it's equity builder, I mean, so,
what?
you know, I need a face up, for instance, on the property.
We
Right,
have, let me talk about a little bit
Sure,
about a
yes.
program that we have though. I mean, we have a program called a renovation program where you can actually buy the program, buy the property, and if the property need renovation, we can finance you that money so you can renovate the home.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that his question is.
Can you use the
Can you use
10%.
the
Oh.
10%?
to pay for it?
No,
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 no.
I mean, appraisal, if they come out like, are they going to qualify that property or not?
Does the property qualify? That's your
Yeah,
question.
you're
what I'm
talking
talking
about
about.
qualified.
They go with the guideline of that original loan, right? So this is for down payment and closing costs, but then you have your main loan, right? So the guideline depends on whether the person's applied for a conventional loan, VA, USDA, or FHA. So we have to follow the guideline of those programs to determine. And most of the time, you cannot use down payment assistance to pay for repair unless you use a renovation loan.
Okay.
I have a question. So with this program here, you need 10%.
Uh,
10% down
They
payment.
give
No,
you
No,
10%.
they-
we'll finance.
Yeah,
They loan
They
you
give you
10%.
the 10%.
they give you the
So
10%.
you buy a house with equity. in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason why it's called equity builder, because they give you 10%, and as long as you live for 5 years, you already have 10% in equity.
Yeah,
Basically what that means.
So the bank pays the seller 10%
Yeah.
of the amount?
No, the
buyer.
so the buyer, your borrower, your buyer cannot afford, let's say, to come up with down payment, right, and closing costs, they would come to us and apply for this program to help
The bank
pay.
give you a
The
loan,
bank give
10%.
10%.
Yes,
After that, if you live there, you don't have to pay it back.
right,
That 10%.
Yes.
the 10%.
So basically, you're coming with 10% down.
The
bank
bank
The
Government
bank,
has-
we the lender, yeah, we the lender, yes, right,
Zero, you know.
Okay.
You come in-
70%.
Yes.
right,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it
That's
says
like
use for
VA
down
loan.
payment or closing costs.
yes.
But you only know VA loan.
So,
No, it's
right, just think about this. Let's again go back to that scenario, right? $500,000 purchase price, and let's say it's a conventional program, they need 5% down, right? I mean, sometimes they could put 3%, but let's say 5% down, right? So this 10% right here can help them cover that 5%, and then also the closing costs, and anything left over will go to apply toward the principal.
Oh, nice.
So that would reduce your principal, you know, a little further. But the program they would go under would be the conventional 5%, you know, program.
So it doesn't matter, you can go with 20%, 30%.
They could actually come up with, my understanding, they could use their own fund too, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
But they have
To
a
comply.
limit for your income though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but
Right,
for instance,
but-
if the client has enough money, says, I go with 20%, they still have to, can be able to qualify for that?
He can bring. he
As-
said
as
that he
far as
can
I
bring
know,
the
yes,
10,
they
and
could
we
actually
can
do,
give
right.
them 10.
Gotcha now.
Bring the 10%.
But I will double check. Let me say, yeah, yeah, but I'll double check, yeah, we'll double check, yeah.
Just definitely know that 10% is
yours.
really nice. Give
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other-
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
for free. And like I said, you're building your equity already.
Right, right.
How long has this program been in existence?
Just since 2 months ago, right?
April it was
Yeah,
released.
2 months ago.
And
The CalHFA has been around for 50 or 45, 50 years. But this specific one right here, the 10%
It's on the news.
one, yeah, it
Yeah,
just
Everybody
came up.
knows that. First
Right.
time- Only for the first time buyer.
First time home buyer,
Yeah,
yes,
first time
exactly.
So that's what you
So you
already have
can-
$50,000. You buy a house
You
for
got to
$100,000.
see.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
pretty much.
Yeah,
Okay, but so I applied for that, or the client applied for the 10%, but he still can go and tell the seller to pay for the closing costs separate.
Yes.
if they, yeah, if the seller is willing to,
Whatever
do
the
it,
contract.
sure, yeah.
Sure.
I just want to make sure, because I don't want to determine, no, the bank said no.
No, it's not an easy loan, and so just know that it's not.
Oh, this is another thing that I was mentioned. So if you have a client, do they be able to first qualify for this
Yes.
program? That would be the best idea, no?
Right,
So when they have them approved with this program, it's matter to find the property.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
property also have to qualify.
Yeah.
Because the zip code or the address of the place.
No,
No,
Not the zip code or the address, it's
No.
just, you know,
just the borrower.
the borrower has to qualify and meet the income limits. That's it.
Not a house, the house. can
Okay,
be-
okay, okay, gotcha.
yeah, I think there are some county programs where they would have to qualify under the area, yeah,
Yeah.
locations, right? But not with this,
No, with this program.
CalHFA,
The
yeah.
only thing you have to stay in that property for at least 5 years.
With the
Correct.
forgivable one, right? Yeah, with this one, yes. In
So
order
how we
to-
suggest people to go to apply this first?
Talk to us.
Not to you, right?
Yes, that's what we do. Yeah, but we
And
can
that's
help
the
them figure
first
it out.
step.
Are you are the
Yes.
one, you are the one who check with them?
There's no loan?
Of course, yes, absolutely,
home.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah,
Because
but
beside this, they have to qualify for the main loan also,
Right,
so that we have to
That's
qualify,
right.
yeah.
Otherwise, you just send them to the city and they don't do it. They
No,
don't like
no,
it.
absolutely.
It's like a hassle.
Yeah, Ruben?
Really hassle with them. Okay.
This, the second, the 10% is there a payment for the first 5 years, or is it deferred as well?
The 10%, you know,
No, I don't believe there's
I
a
don't
payment
think-
for the.
yeah, there's no, it's a deferred too, isn't it? Yeah, I believe it's a
They
deferred
give
too,
it to you.
yes. We should know that. Great question, Ruben, but,
I have a question. Can this loan be used with the new homes, with the, on the new developments?
With anything, really.
Yeah, there's no
Some-
restriction.
Some developers, they have their own financing,
No, that
or
is.
bank, or their own people they work with.
No, they want it to be qualified by them.
You don't have to go there.
Right.
You
They
don't have to
don't-
go
There's
there
really no
then.
exclusivity. I mean,
Yeah.
I had a client who bought a home with the down payment assistance program. They wanted to push their lender, but she wanted to go with us, so that was not an issue. She has that freedom.
so we have another program we want to touch up on. I know we don't have much time, maybe about 20 minutes. So this is like a less known program, also.
Assistant.
Yeah, it's called like the Golden State Finance Agency GSFA program. And this is actually not exactly a government program, but it's an entity called the Golden State Finance Agency that was set up, I believe, quite a while ago also. And so they also provide down payment assistance program. And we are also certified with them to do financing. So they've been around since
Yeah, 29
1993.
years.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the difference between this and the other one?
It's a separate program. So let's say if your customers are not, for some reason it's not qualified for the other program, for the CalHFA program, they could try to apply for these programs.
Just another
They
option.
have different, for example, on this program, FHA and VA don't have income limit. So there's no income limit whatsoever for this
Oh,
program.
that one is say up to 30,000. On the other page before them? There.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just a, what could your buyer do with 10K or, I mean, it depends on what amount they can afford. So it's not exactly 10, 20 or 30, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's just a catchy phrase. So we actually borrowed this from the Golden Finance Agency to send out to us, who did a seminar with them. So, so we just use their PowerPoint.
But those programs cannot be combined.
Most of the times, no, right, most of the times. No.
This one and the first one.
Yeah,
No, they're
this
two
is-
separate.
Right, two separate,
Products, yeah.
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So again, this is, the common myths are that, first time home, this is only for, the reason why this is a myth, because this program is not only for first time home buyers. So that's the difference than the CalHFA ones. As long as they no longer own any property currently. So with the CalHFA, you cannot have own like a property within the last 3 years, like a principal property, primary home property within the last 3 years. But with this one right here, GSFA, as long as you no longer entitled of any property, then you can qualify. It doesn't have to be within the last, the last 3 years. So as long as you're not currently not entitled of any
So
property.
someone can transfer that to her sister for instance, and they can go with that program, with that first time buyer?
I believe so, yes.
What you gotta
Yes,
do.
exactly.
Oh, okay. See what
But it's
you're
harder to qualify.
It's
No.
to be, well, the low amount, I guess, the amount, the down payment amounts tend to be a little lower, depends on your category. No, it's a myth. So it's a myth. These are all myths, right? So you don't have to be first time home buyer. It's not harder to qualify for, and it's not only for low income individuals. I mean, it could be on the VA and FHA loan. There's no income limit to qualify for this. But on conventional, they do have conventional USDA, and you do have low income limit. And let me see. So yeah, this also applies to all throughout the state of California, just like the CalHFA program. And so this FICO score is pretty low. 620 FICO score.
Wow.
Yeah, with the CalHFA, you need like 640 to 680, depends on on the FICO score. I'm sorry. Yeah, it depends on the program. And debt to income ratio could be up to 50%. And it depends on again, under this GSFA program, you have your different type of, smaller, like, or subcategory of down payments. So the highest one could go up to about 7%.
And it's towards down payment assistance and closing costs.
Yes. So this is just like basically a little scenario for you right here. Your purchase price 670,674. And then you are applying for an FHA loan, right? So you just need the down payment for your 3.5%.
Is that the limit of right now on FHA, 658,000?
No, it depends on the county, right? I mean, so with,
Right here,
yeah.
972.
How much?
972.
Right.
Shoot, really?
Yeah, I think it, not too long ago, it was
Yep.
increased.
It just raised in,
Yeah.
November. November.
Gosh, I haven't done
That's-
FHA for a
that's-
long time. I don't know
So
what's
that's
about.
remember, that's a high balance FHA, so the rate's gonna be higher.
Yes.
What's the regular FHA, five,
We haven't
or
seen
6.5 or something like that?
3 years.
Yeah.
It was
The-
6.4.
6.4, probably 6.4, about 6.47, yeah, 200, yeah, 6.4. That is actually, that's still part of the convention of the limit,
You
yeah,
match the convention.
right.
But you have to make $10,000.
Yeah,
Each of
that's the
you,
problem.
each of you.
They have to qualify for FHA at 972.
Right.
That PMI alone is gonna be like.
Our household too is 20,000. Every 2 weeks.
This is something, I mean, I just to, we don't do as much. Have you, any of you done it?
GSFA?
Just, yeah. you've done?
Patricia Restrepo is,
Oh,
I
I see,
think, our
I
queen
see.
of GSFA.
I see, yeah. I have done like CalHFA and loan, but I have not done one on this one yet. So I don't know if anybody, have you,
Yeah.
any of you?
No, I've
No?
only done
Okay,
the
so pretty
CalHFA.
new. So we sound a little uncertain because we have not done them, but definitely we know the guidelines and we are certified to do them. So we do have a loan officer in the in our branch who have done them. And again, it's not rocket science. We can definitely put a package together for you guys if it depends. I mean, after we talk to the borrowers, then we should be able to help them decide which is the best program for them.
So, President, those programs that we talked before, so are FHA guidelines.
No, so again, so the down payment assistance is just on top of your regular loan. Right.
I understand that.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about, for instance, if the appraisal came over.
Right.
Appraised appropriate, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
And so it's the same thing they're doing as an FHA loan, the guidance that they have on the condition of the property. That's what I'm talking about.
depends on the main loan, is it a conventional loan or VA or FHA or USDA, right?
Yeah.
So if the main loan is
They
a
will follow
conventional,
the main loan.
right, the guideline, not a, yeah.
Guidelines.
The down payment assistance program, they follow mostly the guideline of whatever program you're applying for. Yeah, as your main loan.
So on the 3 programs that you took, you have to live in the property.
Yes,
Yes.
as
You must.
primary, as primary
Yes.
house, yes.
That's not for investment.
And even if you use co-borrowers or co-signer, they have to be living in the property too. They
Wow.
cannot
Oh my
be,
goodness.
yeah, they don't allow,
Okay, don't call me.
right,
Make sure you, who co-sign for your client.
right.
Don't call me.
So again, this is just very similar to the CalHFA programs, right? I mean, it's 1 to 4 units, townhouse, condos, no second home or rental. This program could be applied for everywhere in California. And it could be used for down payment, closing costs, or towards the first mortgage, meaning if you have any leftover after down payment and closing costs, the rest could be used to reduce your principal loan amount.
What's USDA?
Rural areas,
Oh,
Yeah.
rural zone,
Mhm.
like outside of,
Chino.
yeah.
Marble,
like
like
Marble,
Oh my
you
God.
know, Mercedes,
Very?
Right.
Bakersfield, those counties.
Not Brad.
are those,
So
hard-
the, in
No,
the
I-
middle of kind of nowhere,
uh-huh.
they,
Are those hard to get?
No, I'm
as far as
talking to,
financing,
no,
To get a loan, to buy like in a rural area.
no, and we can even have those as a 100% financing.
you're
too.
right, with VA and FHA, I mean USDA, no, 0% down.
Mhm.
Oh,
You can
Right.
buy
I
it
wish
back
you'd have
home.
told me that for by the ranch that were
I know.
out.
Call them.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
So right here, right, I mentioned about loan limits. So with your FHA, VA loans, under this program, there's no loan limit. So as far as I know, I guess you can make $1 million and still can, apply for down payment assistance.
Mhm.
But I don't see why you would, but,
Yeah. yes.
right? So USDA loan, they follow the agency guidelines. I mean, they follow the USDA guideline, loan program guideline. And with the conventional loan, now you could go, your income could be as high as 180 of the AMI. So early with CalHFA, right? Los Angeles County about 68,000 or so. So your loan amount could be, I mean, your income could be about 180% of that. Yeah. So you can see, I mean, this program has some flexibility that CalHFA doesn't. So it really depends. So if for CalHFA, let's say they cannot qualify for the for your forgivable loan because the income is too high, maybe they could try to apply for this program.
And that you guys could determine. and
Yes,
figure out what's
yes,
the best.
exactly,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
Depending on the scenario.
One thing that I know for sure is that on the first responder people, this loan is forgiven automatically. If you're a firefighter or nurse, this loan is forgive automatically.
Mhm. Right.
So the police will have a special rate
Yes.
for this program, or is everybody same for, I mean, same interest for everybody?
But they
It's the
just
same
forget.
interest. They're just gonna forget the debt.
It's a
because
forgivable
he's-
loan
it's
for
a-
first
Okay,
responder.
but they have their own, what is it called? Place where they go and apply, or they have a loan.
No, so they would still apply with us. I mean, we would help them again apply
I
for
mean,
all
they have
these
their own
programs.
credit.
Credit union, right?
Credit union,
Yes.
yeah.
So they
Yes.
can combine that with this? Because the credit
No.
union, they wanna go to
No.
the credit
No,
union.
no.
It's
They
only
have to
us.
go here.
I mean, unless that credit union can tap into this programs, but.
But not always, the credit unions not always have the best rates.
Right. And they're, they got some really bumpy roads too with
Yeah.
with those loans.
For the nurses, does that have to be a registered nurse, or as long as it's?
Student,
No, because you got like,
Oh, there's.
No,
a-
you have to be-
LVN, RN, and all
Right.
that, yeah.
I think they should fall on board.
Right,
As long as
teachers, first
you wear,
responders.
white,
Hey,
Teachers
you
too.
qualify.
tell you, I'm a nurse.
No, really, because I know when you go to the hospital, you got different types of nurses, and they're registered nurses.
Yeah, no, any.
Those
Yeah,
are good
and-
nurses.
Any
Like,
first
I
responder.
think from LDS or.
You guys are gonna have.
So that I
No,
learned.
we're not gonna ask for certification. I think if that's your line of employment, you qualify.
Just go to Mexico and get your.
So for example, like
Lower nurse.
teachers and people working for the school districts, I believe they should fall into the program too, yeah.
VA can qualify for the loan?
PA?
Who?
Physician assistant?
Yes, of course.
Teacher assistant?
PAs?
Yeah, yeah,
Physician assistant.
Or even TAs.
right,
Yes,
right.
because Physician assistant is higher than nurse.
Thank you.
Oh.
I said before nurses are like.
I'm a physician assistant.
Ah, okay. So yes,
I'm a nurse.
And so this is a little guideline here just for the, see, so under the GSA program, they have the GSFA, Platinum program, which is their, I guess, standard, the more basic program. So this is the, their requirements right here, minimum 640 FICOs and maximum DTI 45% if the FICO score is less than 680. If it's higher than 680, you could go up to 50%. Again, this for us to look at really. And so I think this is what Brenda was talking about. So under this so-called Platinum Select program, these individuals right here, borrow law enforcement, firefighters, you have even support staff, paramedics, emergency medical technician, teachers, school administrations, public and private medical and healthcare providers. These all could fall under this.
Not physician, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Looking at that map, everything in white particularly is Los Angeles.
Yeah,
So
that you cannot qualify.
it won't be able to qualify for that. Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, they actually do have a, kind of restriction. I guess yeah, I mean, for your high cost area, then you might not be, as lucky.
You thought you got.
I'm gonna call my client.
They might help you, but just with a little less than the full amount.
Right. And so we have a little breakdown here, your basics, GSFA program. So for the basic GSFA program, I mean, it's forgivable second. That means, so 0 interest and forgiven after 3 years. So if you don't fall under any of these, special group of professionals, then you could actually, have a loan and forgivable after 3 years. Yeah, after 3 years. And if you fall under the earlier we mentioned paramedic, firefighters, police officer, then this gift is considered a gift. So that means it's, you don't need payback also.
What's the amount that they can get? A second.
Up to 5%. Up to 5%.
Only for the family gift or?
Also primary, yeah, for primary home, no investment. Yeah, for down payment
Talking
assistance.
about the gift, gift is from the parents or?
Oh no, gift from it's from
Use gift.
yeah.
Not from friends.
No, it's the grant.
The grant is it's grant is called gift. Yeah,
Oh,
right,
grant.
right. As opposed to a loan.
So that goes towards the down payment or?
Down payment and closing costs.
Including costs. Right. So let's say if you get the 5% and you apply for an FHA, you only require to put 3.5. So whatever left over, you can pay for closing costs.
If the market is changing, are we gonna have any, or we have any 80/20s yet?
No,
80.
Those are coming back.
no.
No.
They're gone.
Surprise, December, we got 80/20.
Oh, well, not QMs. You might find them on non-QMs, so the qualified mortgage.
You're talking about the 80.
80/20 for 100% finance.
You know, back in the day.
Right.
We actually, and I think we
We do.
stopped.
With the
But not the
Zero
QMs.
down.
well,
It has to be non.
right, yeah, most time you
That's the-
It's not a
right,
regular
right,
one.
right.
That was what created a mess the last time.
Yeah,
But that
Remember,
was a
everybody
good
was
mess. I make a lot of
100%.
money, man.
Everybody was buying houses 0% and then they collapsed.
Yeah.
I only been making $12 an hour. but
I know.
$8 home.
I remember guys selling orange in the corner, I got they qualified to buy a house.
Okay. let's-
You're breathing with a 700 FICO score, you were able to qualify at that time.
Yeah.
You know, I know.
No,
some
no, it
city
is.
employees that want-
Let's let them finish up.
Yeah, we have about 5 minutes, yeah. Right, well, this is just a quick kind of comparison here. I mean, first of all, I mean, the other program they have is called the Open Doors program, which has, I think is more like related to, I mean, you use this program if you have energy efficient type of situation like solar panels and stuff like that. But this is something we again, I'm not as familiar with this program. I know they offer it, but it's my understanding is related to energy efficient type of property. If you have solar panels, if you have a certain type of
Windows.
yeah, exactly, things like that. But if anybody's interested in that, we'll maybe create like flyers and then maybe have Ruben blast it out for everybody. Yeah, thank you. And this is just, I mean, just a little comparison, basically showing you potentially, what the borrower needs to bring to close. I mean, with some of these programs, they could end up, not having to bring anything. But I think the majority of the situation, they might have to come with just a little bit, maybe $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 just to make the difference. So I think we are kind of out of time. So we want to thank everybody, I guess, for attending. But again, the main thing is, these are not easy kind of things to understand, like program to understand. So if you have any borrowers who are interested in buying, maybe who are making decent money, right, but they don't have a down payment or closing costs, then for sure don't turn them away. I mean, you should ask any of us to help look at the scenario, and who knows, we will be able to help them put together a package and make it work for them.
One last question, FHA used to have this program where, if the house needed work, they will give you the loan plus the, whatever money you need. I think
It's
that-
still around.
It's still around.
2 or 3K.
Briefly.
2 or 3K. Yeah, it's still around. It's still around.
purposes for having a in-house source for lending is to don't discount any borrower. I mean, what's the lowest FICO for FHA now? 520 or even
580.
580?
With some
So,
exception, maybe in some
you know, if
cases.
someone's eager to buy a house, give them every opportunity to get qualified. Let them do their due diligence. You have them literally right across the hall or upstairs or downstairs. It's a big tool. I mean, I come from a lending background too. And you'll be surprised how many times we can massage a borrower into a home,
Mhm.
even by asking, you know, if you have any, even a daughter or son that makes $15 an hour, that adds value and possibly it's their job to figure out a way to get this home ownership to this borrower. So utilize that tool, you know, forget about trying to figure this out, figure that out. Just get the clients, send them their way. And even if they can't qualify right in there, you have credit repair agencies.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know, I used to send them to, look, you can't buy right now, but we're gonna guide you to home ownership. And in turn, you guys are gonna have a client in the future and they're gonna be very appreciative. So one way or another, if they can't buy right now, they'll at least guide them towards that path. So that was my main purpose of doing this. So you guys can just try to optimize and touch as many potential buyers for, if not right now, in the future, because the market is changing. And a lot of opportunities are going to be opening up for buyers now. It hasn't been like that in the past 3 years, but it is changing. Yeah, the rates are going up, but you know, the values are, I mean, the prices of homes are dropping and stuff.
And so are the rents. So that, you know, I guess rents are going up too. So
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
So I just heard on the news that we're gonna get impacted by, a lot of the buyers that fell out are gonna come back into the market. So if you guys have those prospects from 6 months ago, tap into that again, because the fallout of the home buyers due to the interest rates increasing, they're going into the rental market now. So the rental markets are gonna go, they're gonna get higher and higher, and they're gonna get close to home ownership prices. So they're gonna come back into the market because, yeah, they're gonna pay $200 more a month because of the interest rate, but they're gonna get a house that was $1 million, they're gonna get it for 800 now. If you do the calculation on the payment of $200, by the time, let's just say 5 years, let's say 3 years, when the economy recovers, they're only gonna pay 20, 30,000 versus the $200,000 discount on the home that they got. So you gotta make it make sense for them and stuff.
So the second year, because they had to take, you know, most of the money goes to interest. So at the end of the second year, they're gonna qualify for the interest deduction rate.
Oh, right off the
For
bat.
the
they're
rent
gonna-
finance,
So
correct.
that's money that they can.
Yeah, they
get
save,
back.
Right.
yeah, they save on the, yeah, 'cause you can't write off rent, you'll write off the interest. They're trying to take that away too, by the way.
Yeah.
But
The
what I'm saying is
interest,
the
yeah.
extra $200, they can gain it back when they file taxes.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
uh-huh.
I know you guys all have questions. We didn't even get to finish. I'm gonna have the recording sent out. It's on the YouTube channel too. The PowerPoint they're gonna send to me because they didn't finish, and they'll also
Right,
out
right.
to whoever wants it. But any questions you have, they're here. Utilize it. You know, that's their profession. Do the real estate. Let them figure out how to get that borrower into a home, and then they're gonna issue you a letter saying, "Hey, these guys are good to go. Go find them a house."
Go find him a
You
house.
know?
And even if it's not a first-time buyer or just a primary, that they want to purchase their own house, I mean, the first house, we have programs with the people that if you already sold houses, they can start buying investments. They can pull up some cash from the property and start building up their American dream and get a couple of properties, couple of rental properties also. You know, so we have so many options. I'm here Mondays and Wednesdays, to help you guys with any questions, but we're all gonna alternate and we're here to help you. We have so many programs. Like my boss says, we are one stop
Shop.
shop.
So, with
Yeah.
one program.
And this
Yeah.
is just
On
a sliver,
programs
a
and
tiny
everything.
portion
Right.
of what we offer. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a plethora of loans and products that we have. Renovation, construction loans. If it's out there, we have it. So
Mhm.
reach out to us.
Every Tuesdays, right?
Every
Tuesdays,
Tuesday,
yes.
10:30.
10:30,
Every Tuesday
huh?
at 10:30, they're gonna tap into a program available, need something new, brushing up on whatever, and they'll have Q&A too, so if you guys can make it, Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 10:30
At 10:30.
here.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yes.
Zoom, if you can't make it,
We can zoom in.
just
You're gonna have training here
for lending,
For lending.
for lending.
For
Every
us.
Every Tuesday. at
Coffee and
10:30.
donuts provided, no problem.
No, not on Tuesday. This was a new thing. Thank you for all this, yeah.
Sure.
All right, guys, thanks for
Okay.
attending. I appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so
everybody.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please have some pizza for dinner too.